The one adjustment that changes everything. What if I told you that most shooters are unknowingly sabotaging their accuracy every single time they pull the trigger? And what if the fix was so simple, you could master it in under 30 seconds? No fancy gear, no complicated drills, just one small change that instantly tightens your groups. If you've ever noticed your shots drifting low and left for right-handed shooters, or scattering like a shotgun pattern instead of punching neat holes in the target, you're not alone. You probably swear your sight picture looked perfect, yet the bullet always lands somewhere else. That's not bad aim, it's bad trigger control. Today we're going to unpack the hidden secret competitive shooters have quietly relied on for decades. An adjustment so simple, you'll wonder how you ever shot without it. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why your groups open up, but also how to fix them instantly and finally shoot with the precision your gun was built for. The real problem most shooters miss. Here's the kicker. It's not your sights, your barrel, or even your ammo that's usually to blame. It's how you pull the trigger. Most shooters think a smooth squeeze is enough, but the human body fights that idea every time. Tiny subconscious movements, a shoulders dip, a thumb push, a wrist torque, add up and send rounds where you don't want them. Let me break down the typical failure points so you can diagnose what you are doing wrong. 1. Anticipation, the flinch you don't feel. When you expect recoil, your brain preloads muscles to brace for it. That preload happens in fractions of a second and usually drives the muzzle down or to one side at the exact instant the shot breaks. The result? Consistent low left for right-handed shooters or low right for lefties. It's sneaky. You'll swear you didn't move, but the target doesn't lie. 2. Poor trigger finger placement. If your finger is hooked on the pad of the finger or too far toward the joint, you'll naturally pull the muzzle off target during the press. Ideally, the trigger should contact the pad of the finger just behind the fingertip, straight back, not at an angle. That gives maximum mechanical leverage with minimal lateral force. 3. Grip and wrist torque. A weak or inconsistent grip lets the gun roll or twist during the trigger press. If the support hand or thumb is applying uneven pressure, or your strong hand is gripping too high-low, the muzzle yaw changes in a split second. The fix is a firm, repeatable grip where wrists are locked, thumbs are aligned, and both hands cooperate instead of fighting the gun. 4. Stance and body movement. Feet, knees, hips. They all feed into stability. If your stance is off balance, your upper body compensates during the press, creating movement. A proper stance keeps your center of mass steady and lets your trigger finger do the work. Quick self-test, 30 seconds. Dry fire with an unloaded gun or a training pistol. Focus only on squeezing the trigger straight back. Don't try to keep the sights perfect. Watch for movement in the front sight. If it drops or twists before the click, you're anticipating or torquing. Repeat, adjusting finger placement and grip until the sight moves after the trigger break, not before. If you can identify which of the 4 problems matches your habit, you're halfway to fixing it. In the next section, I'll show the single, simple adjustment top competitors use to remove anticipation and torque from the equation, plus 2 drills that lock it into your muscle memory fast. The single adjustment and why it works. All right, here it is. The one adjustment top competitors swear by is moving your trigger contact point to the center pad of the fingertip and pressing straight back with a single, continuous motion. No lateral push, no curling, no hesitation. Sounds small? It is, but that single change forces the press to break on the axis of the bore instead of pulling the muzzle off course. Why this works? Brief science. The center pad gives the most direct mechanical leverage straight back, so you convert finger force into rearward travel instead of sideways torque. Pressing straight back keeps the front sight on target longer and creates a true surprise break. The brain can't preload to anticipate recoil if the movement is smooth and untelegraphed. Combining correct finger placement with a stable two-handed grip isolates the trigger finger as the prime mover, which is exactly what you want. How to set it up, step by step. Put the pad of your index finger so its center, not the joint, not the very tip, contacts the trigger face. Keep your finger roughly perpendicular to the trigger. The finger should drive straight to the rear, not curl around the trigger. Lock your wrists and take a firm, repeatable grip. Thumbs aligned, support hand, applying equalizing pressure. No wrestling. Take a normal breath, exhale about halfway, and start a deliberate, steady press. Don't watch the sights. Feel the motion and let the gun surprise you on the break. 2 drills that fix this fast. Dry plus live progression. Drill A, wall drill, dry fire, instant feedback. Purpose: build a straight back press and reveal lateral forces without live ammo. Setup: unloaded pistol, standing 2 to 3 feet from a bare wall. Point muzzle safely at the wall. Verify unloaded. Execution: with sights not being the focus, press the trigger slowly. Watch the muzzle contact point on the wall, or use a small sticky note on the muzzle as a visual reference. If the muzzle lifts, drops, or moves laterally before the click, you're not pressing straight back. Reps: 5 sets x 10 reps. After each set, adjust finger placement slightly and try again. Cue: center pad, straight back, surprise. Keep tempo steady. Drill B, ball and dummy, live fire, builds anti-flinch and timing. Purpose: train a surprise break under real recoil and reveal anticipation. Setup: 20 rounds or more, mixed with several dummy rounds, 5 to 8 inert, loaded randomly into magazines. Use a safe live fire range and ear-eye protection. Execution: fire-controlled pairs or single shots at a close target. When a dummy's encountered, you'll get a click, no recoil. This forces your brain to stop anticipating recoil and teaches true trigger press timing. Reps: 6 to 10 magazines per session, depending on ammo. Start slow and deliberate. Safety: always follow range safety, maintain muzzle discipline, and verify dummy rounds are inert. Cue: press to surprise, you don't know when the recoil will come. Practice plan: 3-session microcycle. Use this for the first week to lock the new habit in. Session 1, dry heavy. Warm-up grip, chalk trigger checks. 5 minutes wall drill, 50 reps. Focused dry fire, 100 controlled single presses, no sights. Finish with 5 slow live single shots if range is available. Session 2, mixed, wall drill. 30 reps, ball and dummy, 6 mags, or 60 rounds with 6 dummies. Slow fire live strings. 3x5 controlled shots, concentrate on follow-through. Session 3, validation. Live fire accuracy check at the target distance you normally use. Compare group size and vertical stringing versus baseline. If groups tightened and vertical dispersion decreased, you're converting the motor pattern. If not, repeat the microcycle and double down on dry reps. Troubleshooting: if it's not working, you're still pulling left-right? Check finger angle. Many shooters rotate the finger slightly and create lateral force. Rotate until the press feels straight. You still anticipate? Slow the press and reduce visual focus on the sights. The surprise break needs to be unexpected. Grip still inconsistent? Record yourself or get a training partner to watch hand movement. Sometimes you can't feel the torque you create. Advanced cues, sight focus timing, and a 60-second on-camera drill. This section is the high-value stuff you can drop into a video to turn theory into instant, repeatable improvement and help viewers practice on camera. I'll give you advanced mental cues, exact sight focus timing, and a tight scripted 60-second drill you or your viewers can perform live or in a cutaway. Advanced mental and physical cues: what to say and feel. Use short, memorable cues when coaching. They stick better than long explanations. Center pad, straight back. Physical cue: feel the finger pad push. Avoid curling. Surprise the break. Mental cue: don't predict recoil. Commit to the press and treat the shot as unexpected. Grip, lock, breathe. Physical cue: set a firm two-handed grip. Lock wrists, exhale halfway, press. Eyes on the front sight, not the target. Timing cue: front sight detail lets you detect pre-break movement. Focus here during dry drill. Follow through until the report. Follow through cue: keep pushing the trigger and holding the sight picture through recoil to avoid anticipating. Use 1 or 2 cues at a time in narration. Overload confuses. Repeat the cue audibly just before each demo rep. Short, punchy, and consistent. Sight-focused timing. When to watch, when to feel. Good timing separates decent shooters from great ones. Teach viewers to shift attention through the press. Initial acquisition, 30% of press. Set the sights on the target and settle the grip. Eyes and brain lock to the front sight. Drive phase, 30-90% of press. Move attention from watching for recoil to feeling the press. Keep a soft visual on the front sight, but rely on the tactile sense of a straight back press. This is where the surprise break happens. Break and follow through, 90%, 100% plus. Immediately after the break, hold the press and watch the sight move through recoil, then recover back on target. Verbal shorthand for video. Set the sight, drive with feel, hold through the report. 60-second on-camera drill. Script and timing. This is a tight, high-impact exercise you can perform on camera or use as a cutaway montage. It's designed to show progress fast and be viewer-friendly. Setup, 0.05s. Unloaded pistol, safe direction. We're doing a 60-second fix for your trigger press. No sights, just feel. Step 1, center pad check, 6 to 15s. Place the center of your fingertip on the trigger. Perpendicular, not hooked, not on the joint. Say it, center pad. Visual, close-up of finger placement. Step 2, wall drill microbursts, 1635s. 2 feet from a wall, point safely. Do 10 slow, deliberate presses, straight back. Don't watch the sights, feel the press. Cue, surprise. Visual, quick montage of 5 controlled presses, audible cue each rep. Step 3, dry surprise singles, 3650s. Now reset your stance. Dry fire 5 times, fully expecting nothing. Don't flinch. Press in 1 smooth motion, hold after the click. Cue, surprise the break. Visual, face reaction to click. Keep it low drama. Step 4, quick recap and challenge, 51 to 60s. If your muzzle moved before the click, fix finger angle and repeat. Do this twice a day for a week, then test live fire. Visual, thumbs up, end frame. Center pad, straight back, surprise. This sequence makes a short, scannable cut for social clips and gives viewers an actionable takeaway they can do immediately. On-camera teaching tips, how to present it. Use close-ups. Tight shots of finger placement and grip help viewers copy your exact position. Slow motion replay. If possible, show a slow-mo of a good dry fire versus a bad one. Front sight movement sells the lesson. Repeat the cue before each rep. Auditory reinforcement improves learning. Show failure and fix. Record 1 bad rep, then fix finger angle and do a good rep. Visual contrast is convincing. Keep the language simple. 1 cue per sentence. Don't explain biomechanics while you demonstrate. Show first, explain second. Quick on-screen checklist to add in edits. Finger, center pad, press straight back, grip, firm, wrists locked. Breath, exhale halfway. Mindset, surprise the break. Add this as a lower third or a quickened slate so viewers can review. This final section wraps your script cleanly while reinforcing authority and keeping viewer retention high. It ends with a confident call to action that feels earned, not salesy, and sets up perfect SEO framing for the video title, description, and thumbnail text. Closing recap, bringing it all together. So let's lock this in. Improving pistol accuracy doesn't require a new gun, custom sights, or 1,000 rounds of ammo. It starts with one fundamental correction, the way you press the trigger. By shifting your trigger contact to the center pad, pressing straight back, and eliminating anticipation, you're removing 90% of what throws shots off target. Combine that with a stable stance, consistent grip, and smooth follow-through, and your accuracy skyrockets. No gimmicks, no hacks, just skill and control. Here's the truth. Great shooters aren't born with perfect aim. They master one movement at a time until every press is consistent, predictable, and calm. You can do the same. All it takes is focus, repetition, and the discipline to fix that one mistake most people ignore. So next time you step up to the firing line, Remember this cue. Center pad, straight back, surprise the break. Do that, and your groups will tighten before your brain even realizes why. If this helped you dial in your accuracy, hit subscribe, because we've got more deep dive shooting guides coming every week. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the biggest accuracy issue you've faced on the range? Maybe your trigger pull, maybe grip pressure. I read everyone and might break it down in the next video. And if you want to push your training further, check out my playlist on precision shooting fundamentals. I've got a full series on trigger control, sight picture, and live fire micro drills to level up your consistency. Until next time, stay safe, train smart, and keep those groups tight.